Well, guys, we are actually about to start week 6 of Life Monthly. You know, I don't know what's going to be happening this month. You know, like, I was 123 at the end, you know. Not how my weight is going to be. I don't know what I am going to do. Will I read more? Will I play more games? You know, all it is will be found out later. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Life Monthly 6. Today was a pretty good day. I actually read some Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. I believe now I'm on page 37, I believe. I walked to Tim Hortons and I enjoyed a medium ice cap. I handled eating pretty good today. I had 3 hash browns, 8 chicken balls. Then I had, you know, some green beans with spinach. And I believe that is, like, what I had. That included the ice cap. So I did pretty good, like, not binging today. I've actually been trying Habitica again, like that app that helps with habits. Like, I'm trying to know to eat properly and not to, you know, binge eat so much, because that is not good for my IBS in general. I also managed to drink 3 glasses, or at least 3 glasses. It was a big Snoopy glass and 1 glass with Restoralax, so I kind of count that as 2.5, 3. So also did the sweeping, and now I only owe 54. I like to count down. I know it's silly, but it reminds me that I am making progress, as small as it is. So yeah, as I said yesterday, I did forget to say I handled my anxiety pretty well too. Like, I think I've been doing a lot better with that. Knock on wood, some days are harder than others. But I just try to remember that I've been having some success, especially when I keep track of it. So yeah, today was a good day. Today was a pretty good day. I walked down to the trail. It was a long time since I did that. And I did the bridge, right, to the bridge. I did the sweeping. I'm getting down slowly the amount that I owe. I believe now I only owe $52. I can't really remember exactly. I did quite a bit with my laundry. I put my clothes in the wash and in the dryer, and I didn't quite get it put away yet, but I'll save that for later. My IBS was on and off, but I've been doing pretty good with eating. I've been trying to keep track of what I've been eating, which, honestly, is amazing so far. I'm learning to take some control over myself, and been trying to drink more water too and get back into my exercise. So yeah, there really wasn't very much of note today other than that. Today was a pretty good day. I didn't do very much at all. I really was not feeling good. Like, my IBS was really off today. But I forgot to tell you, yesterday my aunt allowed me to have Pokemon Fire Red a little bit early. You'll know that I got it because of the Easter video. By the time you see it, I've had it for a while, like this vlog. And I played quite a bit, about 6 hours, and I didn't even make it. I made it past Brock, but I'm just doing some grinding and trying to get at least decent natures for the most part for the Pokemon that I'm using. I'm trying to catch all the Pokemon in order as far as I can. But I did do the walking up and down the street 5 times. I did do the sweeping, and now I only owe $49.50 because I did this, you know, the sweeping, and the other day I folded towels for my aunts as well. So technically I got a little less, so I'm under $50 now, which is absolutely amazing. Today again was pretty good with my eating. Like, I've tried to keep track, make like rules. Like, I'm starting to eat breakfast now, like a bowl of cereal anyway, at the very least, and tried again drinking more water. I got to figure out how to do that and get everything into a routine, if you know what I mean. But I am really enjoying Pokemon Fire Red. I chose Charmander for this file. I'm not playing Leaf Green until after Easter, you know. But again, when you see this, it'll been way past Easter, and you'll see this, you know, it's some other... You'll see Easter probably sometime in this vlog, right? So, yeah, wasn't very good for the IBS, but it was still really fun because of the Pokemon Fire Red. Happy April Fool's Day, guys! It was a pretty good day. I actually was playing Pokemon Fire Red. As I said, my aunt said I could have it early. And I caught a shiny Geodude. I can't get over it. Like, I literally was trading in Mountain Moon and then it just popped up. But I'm catching you. Thank God it doesn't know any exploding moves yet. He's on my team despite his awful nature for him. But I'm still using him. I'll work with the lower attack. It's worth it. Not often do I get to use a shoddy in an old generation game, so shoddy golem it is. I actually did record me trying the Mountain Dew Code Red Cherry. I'm having that a little bit early so I can do a video of it for you guys. You'll just have to see how I feel about it. I walked up and down the street 5 times. I put away the laundry. I did the sweeping. I actually did really good eating today. I drank enough water. Like, I've been doing pretty good lately, like choosing the proper foods for me, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, it was a really, really good day. Well, today was a pretty good day. Not as amazing as yesterday, obviously, but I did play quite a bit of Pokemon Fire Red. Again, yeah, nothing significant happened so much there, except for I actually managed to catch 2 Abras. I know, but you know how it's like, 2 Pokeballs. Yes, they kept fleeing, but I eventually just got it in 1 ball. Twice, I need 1 for a trade. That's why I went for 2. I'm going to use 1 on my team for now. I read about 20 pages of Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. I'm now on page 57, I believe. I actually listened to it while playing Fire Red because I wanted to get myself motivated to listen to it. Like other books, yeah, I can kind of read if they're not too challenging off. But these ones now, maybe because I need some more voice to kind of make it exciting for me. I have no idea. Also, I had this delicious dinner. It was 2 pitas with, my aunt made some rice with peas and hamburger. And I had a couple of pitas, well, 4 like half pitas with it filled for supper, which was absolutely amazing. I obviously did the sweeping. I did my exercise. I did okay again with eating today. Despite those 4 pitas, it was still within my schedule or my, planned intake. I mean, I didn't have cereal today because I woke up quite late, but I did good with the other things. So, yeah, it was a pretty rounded day today, in a way. I actually now only owe 45. I forgot to update it yesterday when I only owed 47, but I only owe 45.50 now, which is absolutely amazing. Well, today was a pretty good day. I walked up and down the street 5 times. I actually got started on Life Monthly 5 by adding the opening in weeks 1, 2, and 3. We just have week 4 to add, like edit and add, and the ending. I enjoyed playing some Fire Red. I'm just taking my time with it. Like, I should be a lot further than I am right now, but I'm just grinding my Pokemon, just enjoying the easy ride of it, pretty much. Yeah, there wasn't much today besides the hygiene stuff and the sweeping and everything, so today was a pretty good day. Well, today was sort of an off day. I was not feeling very good with my IBS. My cousins had an Easter gathering, but I didn't make it because how I was feeling, like, all over, right? But I did play quite a bit of Fire Red, pretty much. That was the main thing, and the sweeping. Now I only owe $40 because the scale doesn't work, so I couldn't get on the scale, but my aunt figured I did lose, so she gave me $1 anyway. So I'm getting close to paying it off. Then it gets funny. I played Fire Red so much that my Graveler, my shiny, I got a shiny at level 41. Oops. I was just grinding to try to get as many Pokemon in the Pokedex as possible because I want to tell the rival to suck it when he says I have 40 kinds, pal. Right, but tomorrow maybe I'll be able to trade some of my Pokemon over because I can finally play Leaf Green on Easter. But, yeah, it wasn't very eventful. I was watching just YouTube and playing Fire Red, so I was doing just everything that I had to do today, kind of the bare necessities, if you know what I mean. Well, guys, happy Easter. For me, today was sort of a rough day. My IBS acted up quite a bit, but I did enjoy a nice dinner with my aunt. I had some potatoes and turkey and had a good conversation with her. And I also did watch Tim Hortons for Medium Ice Cap. And I enjoyed most of that, except for my stomach. Like, today really wasn't much, going on today, except for playing some Pokemon Fire Red and such and enjoying the dinner. The dinner, I think, was the highlight of my day today. I tried to keep it as normal as possible. Like, I tried not to eat so much because I wasn't feeling good. I wanted to enjoy the dinner, and thank heavens I did. I think it was the most peace my IBS gave me when I was sitting down talking to her and enjoying the dinner. So I hope you guys had a better Easter health-wise than I did. But hey, I'm alive another day, and that's probably the way I should look at it. Well, today was slightly better, at least in production-wise, than yesterday was. I recorded 3 videos. I recorded my bonus, what I got for Easter. I recorded a Jazz Tries Mountain Dew Major Melon flavor, and I recorded a Jazz Tries Peeps, like the original Peeps. I also edited my Jazz Tries Mountain Dew Code Red Cherry. So that'll be out in a few days for you guys. My aunt did make some lovely hash from the leftover Easter stuff like potatoes and turkey and mixed it together, and that was really, really, really good. I made progress in Pokemon Fire Red because I could trade now. I could get like Alakazam and Golem, and I kind of want to use both of them on my team. They're both just powerhouses, and I just want to have some a couple of powerhouses in my team if I'm going to use other unique Pokemon, if you know what I mean. So it was mostly just, a YouTube day and a video editing and making day, but again, way more productive than yesterday was. So, and I had a good meal, so I could call that a good day. Well, today was kind of a mixed day. I did play a bit of Pokemon Fire Red, but I was feeling off, so I didn't really, do very much. Today I did do the sweeping and the walks and everything. And I think I forget what YouTuber was named. I'll put his name up there, but I watched a 100 hours. He played 100 hours of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, and I really enjoyed that. Like, that was, I think, the biggest thing that stood out to me today. Today was kind of one of those days where I almost didn't want to do anything. But again, I got what I had to get done. and that was what matters. I was starting to get back into routine with my eating because the last few days were more of an off day that way, if you know what I mean. Well, today was a pretty good day. I ended up recording a Jazz Tries Monster Energy Lemon Plus Tea, like the Monster Energy Rehab video. I got that recorded for you guys. I played quite a bit of Pokemon Fire Red. I'm making some good progress in it. I'll include some footage if I have any. I did the sweeping. I walked up and down the street 5 times. There wasn't very much else to it besides that today, but at least I recorded a video for YouTube. Well, today was more of a productive day for YouTube again. I edited my bonus, what I got for Easter, so I'll have that out to you guys soon. You'll have it out by the time you see this. I edited week 4 of Life Monthly 5. By the time you see this video, you obviously will have that out too, but I'm finally making some progress, serious progress in it. Besides that, it was mostly a, chore day and an exercise day and all that. So, yeah. Again, it was mostly a YouTube day. I don't even know if I played much Pokemon Fire Red as much today as I did other days. But at least my stomach was all right. Well, today was a really, really rough day. It started off all right. I messaged my boyfriend. Well, they say that for a long time I've been going through a lot with my IBS, and I probably haven't been messaging him as much as I should. Right, I'm acknowledging that. But it started okay. I woke up early and I thought, well, I was all right. I would send him a message to see how he was doing. I did walk to Timmy's for a large ice cap, but not long after I finished that, disaster struck. I had a really, really bad IBS flare-up, like almost 2 or 3 hours in the bathroom to start with. And then the rest of the day, I was just really, really off and couldn't properly rest. But I did, before it got really bad, I did start reading the Great Illustrated Classics, The Jungle Book. I actually have it right here. And I think I've got to page 43. And I'm enjoying it so far. I hadn't been reading for a long time because I was hooked on Fire Red, and I figured maybe I'll switch out what I'm actually reading. But yeah, besides that and the ice cap and me messaging my boyfriend, the rest of the day was almost pretty much went downhill. Again, it started me not being able to leave the bathroom, and then I finally was able to, but I was not able to properly rest until just after 11. And even then, it took a little while. I was off the toilet by almost 6 o'clock, but the symptoms really didn't settle down enough for me to rest until close to midnight. And then it took me a while to actually fall asleep. And I think I was just a little after 1 or 2. So it's probably the worst IBS flare-up I had in a long time. On the pain scale, about 9 or a 10. That's the high. It was just awful. I even had to take a Buscopan. And you know how I'm with them. But it was a last-ditch resort. That was the only reason I was able to get off the toilet, I think, at all. I'm in it again for a little bit now. But it's absolutely awful because I'm recording this the next day. I'm telling you, I usually do. So, yeah. Well, today was actually a pretty productive day. I finished editing Life Monthly 5 and have it scheduled to be uploaded. I actually lost 3 pounds. I'm 120 pounds now, which is amazing. I actually read a bit of the Jungle Book. I'm enjoying it so far. I walked up and down the street 5 times, and I did the sweeping. So, yeah, today was a pretty good day when it comes to being productive and positive things happening, right? Otherwise, not much game-wise, but at least I read some. Well, today was a little bit of an off day. I didn't do very much. I mean, I did the hygiene stuff, the sweeping. I went for a walk, but I did play some Pokemon Leaf Green and made some progress in that, now that I can actually play it. I'm trying to balance that and Fire Red out, but it's kind of not as easy when I'm further ahead in Fire Red. But I have enjoyed both games. Again, like so far, it was a while, I feel, since I've properly played them, that I can actually trade and all that. I'm so glad that Nintendo decided to release it on the Switch. I think it was a big win on their part that they did that, because honestly, I think Fire Red and Leaf Green are the superior versions in a way. Like, yes, the blue and yellow and red and green were memorable, right? But I feel that the Fire Red and Leaf Green are the perfect balance between the overly difficult originals and the baby Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. It's like, I kind of find that they're more memorable to me than either of those two. So I'm just glad to have them back in my collection to some capacity. Well, today was a pretty good day. I actually managed to edit my, bologna cheese versus spinach video, and that'll be out in a couple of days for you guys. I walked up and down the street 4 times. I did the sweeping, and I believe I only owe, is it 19? No, 21. I only owe $21 now, which is amazing. I read some of the Jungle Book. It's getting really, really good. I'm getting really addicted to it, which again, making habits to read is important. I think Goosebumps just wasn't the right fit at this time. Maybe I'll go back to it after reading the Jungle Book and be able to enjoy it. But right now, I think switching off to the Jungle Book was just the right thing, to do. Well, today was a really productive day. I ended up recording 2 videos. I recorded a new Kinder building where I built 3 of the Kinder toys that I have and show the building process as much as I can. I'm still getting used to it. And I actually edited that and scheduled that video. I also recorded me tasting the Brisk iced tea. That, I don't know when it'll be out, but I want to tell you that I did do that. I did walk up and down the street 4 times. I did the sweep, and now I believe I'm down to $19 that I owe my aunt, which is amazing. I actually read about 63 pages of the Jungle Book. I didn't really tell you a page number. I couldn't remember, but I believe now I'm on page 172. So I'm getting close. It's the Great Illustrated Classics version, so I'm like 70 pages off of finish. I'm like 70-something% finished of it. And oh my gosh, like, it's really, really good, right? Again, it's so hard to believe that books like Great Illustrated Classics, when you first looked at them, they're like, how can that really bring the story, the whole story? And it does. Like, from what I was told, there's some things left out from the original, like some animals that aren't as relevant, like poems from them that aren't as relevant, which again kind of sucks when you're curious, and maybe I'll find a way to look what they are, right? But I'm not really missing out on the important story. And really, that is what matters, I think, to me. So yeah, I played a little bit of Fire Red, trading my Pokemon up, but again, wasn't very much of that. It was mostly like a reading, video editing type of day, which is amazing, actually. Well, today was kind of an off day. I did walk to Tim Hortons for a medium ice cap, but I couldn't even drink it. My IBS acted up a little bit, so I made a smart decision to put it in the freezer for tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be in a better state tomorrow to enjoy it. But I did do some YouTube editing. I edited both my Final Fantasy card opening number 4, which I had to re-record because there was no audio. So yeah, enjoy that. And I also edited my Mountain Dew Major Melon tasting, and those 2 are going to be up along with that toy opening I edited a few days ago. So that'll be up hopefully for Friday. I did the sweeping, and now I only owe $17, which is awesome. I'm getting down there. I'm getting so close to getting it all paid off. So I think all in all, I handled my anxiety pretty well today. I made the decision not to have the ice cap. I took what I had to do, and even after I felt better, I didn't have the ice cap. I said, no, it'll be for tomorrow, like when I'm in a better place. And so far, I think despite me having a flare-up, I handled it pretty well today. I mean, every day is a different day, but I think I handled it well. So let's hope tomorrow is a good day and I can enjoy the ice cap. Well, today was not too bad of a day. I walked up and down the street 4 times. I actually managed to enjoy my ice cap without too many problems. The one that I got yesterday and couldn't have because of my stomach. I did the sweeping. I actually made progress in both Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. I'm getting them closer, together in a sense of the word now, which is absolutely awesome. I'm really enjoying these games again. It was a big part of my childhood. And I am slowing down because it's bittersweet once I get close to the end with both of them. And I'm going to think of another game to play that's kind of relaxing for me. So yeah, at least I enjoyed my ice cap today. Well, today was kind of an iffy day. My IBS was acting up a little bit. But I actually did finish reading the Jungle Book Great Illustrated Classics. I read about 69 pages of it. Plus, I actually read some Oliver Twist Great Illustrated Classics, about 31 to 36 pages of that. But the only other thing of note today is that I actually watched the Nostalgia Critic's newest international commercial, special. My gosh, I started it yesterday, couldn't quite finish it. Today, though, it was amazing. Like, I definitely think it was better than the first international special. They at least had more PSAs in it, including, like, the Smurfs, the UNICEF, which I apologize, but I agree with the Nostalgia Critic there. It's a little bit funny. Like, they mean well, like, they do. Like, there's a lot of war going on there, and they're trying to curb that. But still, or help with that, but guys, they could have done it many other ways. I mean, when you think about it, kids would be watching this. And, I don't think they meant for their audience to be kids in that PSA. So if their audience were adults, you would want to think it be handled in a different way than putting a beloved children's cartoon on it. And again, the effects, when I rewatch it, I'm like, instead of, oh, that is so sad with the baby, I'm like, you missed an area. Okay, yes, I know that is morbid, but there's just, yeah. And of course, he also went over the Charlie Says PSAs. Yeah, they are creepy. Again, the messages they put are good, but do they really want to cause kids nightmares? Yeah, I probably would listen to the guy just so he wouldn't murder me in my sleep. I mean, maybe back when it was made, it wasn't as big of an issue, right? And maybe it was normal where they, added it, right? But it's creepy, especially the boy. I don't know, worse than Charlie, but the guy looks like he stared into your soul, like, okay, you want me to tell my mother before I go somewhere. Fine, I'll do whatever. So where's the Ouija board? Okay, I know that was a little dark. I know, because my mother is passed, but hey, I think still that would be far less creepy than that soul-looking eyes, right? But yeah, as I said, I made a lot of progress with reading today, and again, I enjoyed the Nostalgia Critic special, so it was a pretty good day because of that. Well, today was an iffy day. I did walk up and down the street 4 times. I did the sweeping, which now I only owe $10.50, so I'm getting up there. I did play some Pokemon, Fire Red and Leaf Green. And I also handled my anxiety, I think, in my IBS pretty well today. It wasn't a great day, mind you, but I handled it, so that's what matters. I also was watching some of, Retro Rick's $10 game collection. I was getting the files, for I can have them if we ever lose internet, because I kind of like videos that you don't have to pay attention too much, but still enjoy a lot. And I find it's interesting that he built this collection from $10 and then selling things. Like, I kind of wish I was that lucky being able to have those type of skills. But, maybe someday I could work on at least doing a smaller version of it. I have no idea. But I did stay the same. I'm 120 pounds. So that is just absolutely awesome. Well, today was kind of an off day. I didn't do very much, but I did the sweeping, and now I only owe about $8.50, I believe. So I'm getting so close. I'm in the single digits now to paying my aunt back. I played some Pokemon Fire Red, making a teeny bit of progress, and Leaf Green. I'm trying to balance both of them a bit. I did a bit of walking up and down the street, but I didn't do much. But I helped put the groceries away, for my aunt. Like, I wasn't feeling very good up to that point, but I got the groceries away a bit. And I did read a little bit of Oliver Twist. I'm on page 52 currently. And spoilers, I'm at the point where they try to get Oliver back. And Nancy says, "Oh, my brother." Like, I was in the plane, I know that part. But so far, I am liking the book, but just doesn't call to me as much as the Call of the Wild or the Jungle Book did. Maybe because I kind of know it through the play, so it's more predictable. But again, it isn't a bad story. Maybe the more I read it, the more I'll get into it, maybe. And when I see the differences of it. So, again, it wasn't a very productive day, but it was still, an all right day, besides the moment I had before putting away the groceries. Well, today was kind of an iffy day. My IBS was on and off, but I did do the sweeping, and I only owe $6.50 now, which I'm getting down there. I played a bit of Pokemon Leaf Green and made some progress in that. There wasn't very much else of note, but I did watch some YouTube, including Absalblog's Pokemon's newest video about him getting shinies in the Pokemon Park Kanto, I believe. And he hunted, in Pokemon Legends ZA for some shinies while he went around looking at the park. And it was very interesting, right? Like all the attractions there. Like, there wasn't many rides, only 2, but it was a lot of, different things, and the immersement for Pokemon fans, I guess, is really good. I don't know if I would ever really want to go there. Like, I don't know if it would be too much or enough for me, but it just sounds interesting. to say the least. Well, today was a bit more of a productive day. I did play a bit of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green and made some progress again, but I actually finished reading Oliver Twist, great illustrated classics. I actually read about 190 pages today, which, for me was amazing. But the only negative to it is that it was because of a bad IBS flare. And usually reading is the most comfortable thing I can do there. It distracts me enough to help me calm down long enough, and I just ended up reading like in multiple sittings that many pages. But I am pleased with that. I really enjoyed the story. There's things in the story that wasn't, in the play that I kind of wish were included in the play, but I guess they had to cut some things they didn't feel were as important. And again, there were some things there that I thought were pretty important, but to each their own. I actually did watch a YouTube video by Davis Morgan, and it was on the No Sleep Reddit. My dad finally told me what happened that day. So it was like a creepypasta in a way, but made on like a Reddit site that is meant to be like made up stories. And he went through it and gave his thoughts like on each chapter, and I really enjoyed it. At first I started like to have background noise, and I'm like, this story is actually really good. I mean, I'll admit the payoff wasn't so good, but I was hooked for most of it anyway. So even though my day was rough, I still think that it was a pretty successful day. Right, as I said, I did the sweeping, and now I only owe $4.50. So I'm finally getting down there. I haven't been doing much exercise the last few days because of how I was feeling, but hopefully maybe that'll change in the next few days and next week. Well, today was kind of an off day. I was not feeling very good at all. I did the sweeping, and I actually now only owe $2.50 out of the $65 that I owed from that trip I had on the 24th that I told you about, and you've seen the stuff in my Easter video. I actually watched some of those videos with Reddit, like, tales, like, they say, what was their, worst bathroom incidents, what was the most inappropriate time you laugh, like stories like that, where people recount those stories. I don't know how much of it is actually true, but it still makes me laugh. Like, videos like that are short and simple, and I can do things in the background. Like, I was playing quite a bit of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green today. I was mostly raising my Pokemon to reach a good level to take on the Silphco, because I want to get through that so I could take on Sabrina. Now, in Leaf Green, that is far more important because most of my team members, except for maybe 1, 2, or 3, and I swap them out, are Pokemon that's been traded, whether they've been traded in that game for in-game trade Pokemon or from Fire Red that I got them other sources. So having that level 70 cap would be wonderful. And what's funny is that Leaf Green and Fire Red are now very close. Like, they both have 5 badges now. So they're tied, where I was so far ahead in Fire Red before. But I'm enjoying playing them simultaneously together, right? But there still is, I've been spending a lot of my gaming time playing them. And someday I'll be back out of it. It was a while since I did YouTube, really, except for doing these segments, right? I guess it's just been an off week in general. Like, I didn't even do much exercise. It was just a really off week, guys. But I am okay, and I am going to, at some point, do more, videos. I also just going to think of other ideas as well, because I know that my, tastings and card openings and even toy openings can be a bit grindy, like a little bit the same. I understand that, but right now, like, I have them, and I still do enjoy doing them, so that's usually what I work with. So, yeah, today wasn't the greatest day, other than playing Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green again. They were the highlights of my day. Well, today was actually a pretty productive day. I made some progress at Pokemon Leaf Green. I'm actually further ahead now than I am on Fire Red, which is a big thing. I beat Silvco and I beat Sabrina, so now I have the level 70 obedience. So that is absolutely awesome. I did read a little bit of The Outsiders. I'm on page 7, I think, or 8. I can't fully remember, but I am enjoying the story so far. I got some new curtains up. Like, I got, peanut, sheets for my birthday, but my aunt wanted to make them curtains, and she finally did and got them out. You'll see some video right there. That's the reason I read a bit of The Outsiders. I wanted to go to the other bathroom so I wouldn't be disturbed, and I read a little bit in there. So it's a slower book for me, but I do understand it. I just have to take my time, with reading it. I now only owe 50 cents. I did the sweeping, so I'm so close to being fully paid off. I actually did some YouTube editing for the first time in a long time. I recorded a new video, which was Disney Pixar's Animal Friends. Like, there's stickers, and I show off 3 for you guys, or 12, but 3 packs, which have 4 in it. And I'm looking forward for you guys to see it, but it'll be out by the time you see this video for sure. I've really been slacking in this series. I've been recording the clips, but getting them together. I'll get to it eventually, right? As I said, I want to do it as best as possible. I was still pleased with myself for today, though, getting what I did get done, despite of how I was feeling. Well, today was a pretty rough day, but I think a productive day. I actually went up and down the street 4 times, which was the most that I did all week with exercise. Believe you me, with how I was feeling. I finally paid my aunt back with the sweeping, and now I got $11 to my name, I think. I'm pretty sure, because I had some money from my aunt. I actually went through the N64's latest 3 chapters of Pokemon Links Between Worlds and got my thoughts ready, for them. There were some pretty intense parts. And someday, maybe I'll do a review for YouTube. Ha ha ha. Like, 10, 13 years with my track record, guys, I swear, it's not like I don't want to do those chapters, but again, you've been noticing most of these are being recorded in here. Yes, IBS. Still is a serious thing. I really got to do a video talking more about what I've been going through at some point, but yeah, it hasn't really been happening yet. So it'll happen eventually. I'm sure of it. So, yeah, today was, a productive day at least. Well, today was an okay day. I actually walked to Tim Hortons for a small ice cap and I actually enjoyed it. I stayed the same, 120 pounds. I did the sweeping, and I played quite a bit of, Pokemon, Leaf Green and Fire Red. I'm making some progress in it, and I'm actually really enjoying it a lot. I mean, the fact that I was able to enjoy an ice cap was a big thing, too. Well, today was a pretty good day. I put away the groceries. I actually found a shiny Paris. And it's a funny story, guys. I was trying to hunt Chansey in the Safari Zone, which I did manage to get 2, by the way. And I was seeing, I was playing both of my files and trying to get a lucky egg, which again, I didn't get any. But I was like, well, I said, I bet you I'm going to find a shiny before I find a lucky egg. Not 10 minutes later, shiny Paris appears. I'm like, are you serious? And guess what? I caught it. It was a shiny in the Safari Zone, and I caught it. I'm sorry about my old Paris on my Fire Red team. That's being replaced with a shiny one. I got 2 shinies on my Fire Red team, which is absolutely awesome. But I mostly did watch YouTube. I watched, Let's Read's 6 creepy classmate horror stories and some funny moments that you shouldn't be laughing at. I think forget what the YouTube YouTuber's channel's name was, but it was just like Reddit's telling those funny stories with laughing at inappropriate moments. I love those type of videos. It makes me laugh all the time. Not the creepy classmate horror stories, but that was an interesting video as well. But the highlight of my day was that dark shiny, especially the timing of it. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Well, today was a very productive day. I recorded a couple videos. I recorded my Jazz Tries Calypso Island Wave Lemonade. And I recorded my Disney Pixar Animal Friends stickers number 2. I edited them along with Magic the Gathering card opening number 64. And I have that up for you guys for Wednesday. I walked up and down the street 4 times. I did the sweeping. And I actually, on YouTube, I watched this interesting video from Let's Reads. It's called 7 Creepy Grandparents Stories. And, man, I don't know if it's number 1 or number 2, but I think it is number 1. And those stories are so good. Like, it's interesting hearing these creepy stories. But yeah, I had just a very productive day today. Like, in a lot of ways. Like, I wasn't feeling good a little bit after I did some of this stuff, but at least I got that stuff done nonetheless. And on days like that, I don't feel as bad when I have to lay around afterwards, because at least I've gotten something done. Well, today wasn't the greatest day. I just was going through a lot that I'm not going to share. It's more personal, but I'm just saying it was a rough day. But I did do the sweeping, and I walked up and down the street 4 times. So at least I did that. I actually watched quite a bit of YouTube. I watched, Peanut Butter Gamers Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream review, and that was pretty funny. I also watched I forget what it was, but it was like Disturbing TV Moments in History by Top 5 Unknown. Or Top 35, I think, is what it was. Disturbing Moments in TV History by that. And like, some of those things just distract me a lot. Along with that, I did play quite a bit of Pokemon Fire Red. I was catching up, I believe, because it used to be my first game, and now it is the game that needs to be caught up. And I read a teeny bit of The Outsiders. Like, I'm enjoying it, but it's a book that I'm going slow with. So, but I am finally learning. I'm finally getting into it a little bit, and I hope maybe I'll be able to pick it up more as I go, and I seriously try to buckle in on reading a little bit. So, yeah, at least I did get some stuff done today. I also had a nice bath as well. Well, today wasn't the greatest day. We'll just say we're quite busy, and my IBS was acting up. But I did walk to Tim Hortons for a small ice cap and enjoyed it. I played a bit of Pokemon Fire Red. I did the sweeping. I actually made some progress in The Outsiders. I'm on page 28, I believe. It's getting good. Like, it's a book that I'm reading slowly, but I can understand it and I remember a lot of it. So I'm kind of slowly processing it, if you know what I mean, rather than read a whole bunch like I did with the Great Illustrated Classics at once. Like, I need to focus more to remember it. Right? Another interesting thing is I don't know if I'm going to do a video series on this, and I'm not getting into a lot of details on this, but eventually I'm going to start trying to sell things on eBay. I'm not going to advertise it. Really, I'm not going to, this is not what I'm doing. I'm just saying this is part of my life and this is something new happening. I might do a video on it later, but I'm not doing this to advertise it, though. Not as a whole, but just to say that this could be a new video idea. Because I do need to get rid of things, despite me soft and hauling. I have way too much stuff just to keep in the closet. So there's a few things there that I've recorded just to give you an idea of what I'm doing in a way. This is going to take a long process because I have a lot to learn, right? Like, it's not easy. Like, some people watch, videos of people doing it, and it looks easy, but again, it isn't. And I didn't even start yet, and I know even the simplified process, like with ChatGPT, like I do ask questions. I don't, to help me understand more at my level, right? And even that simplified version, it's not ununderstandable. Like, I can understand it, but there's a lot of steps in it. Like, a lot you have to learn, and I got to remember to keep a note of it so I can just make it easier for me going forward. I figured, I have stuff laying around. At least to start with, I have stuff laying around, and if I can learn how to sell them properly, I might be able to have that money for the way I spend things, right? Like, I spend a lot of money. I do realize that. And I know there's places like pawn shops in the marketplace, Facebook, and maybe some things I will use the marketplace for, but it's where I'm at in Canada. It's a lot less likely to sell, and plus, a lot of the time, you have to drive, or someone has to come to you at a certain time. So being able to get that to work between two people is harder. Where with eBay, yes, it might still take a while, but when it happens, you just have to ship it to them, right? Once you get all the steps done, and it's just a lot. It's harder in one way, but it's a lot less hassle between more than one person. So if I can actually start doing this on a regular basis, this might become a series, right? Just I figured, I like recording the process of things. I'm not going to show any personal details of anyone, right? But I'll just say, once I get so many things sold, I'll make a video, in a month or 2 months, whatever it is. So, yeah, today was an interesting day. Well, today wasn't a good day at all. Worse than yesterday. I just felt my IBS and lethargic to the point I did almost nothing, not the sweeping. And I do remember yesterday I did do the sweeping. So there's an update there. I literally, let's say I slept. It was one of those days. The only thing of note is that I watched, I think it was The Explainer 6, another 6, disturbing short stories. You'll see it somewhere there, so you'll know what it is. I forget what part it is, but they have a lot of those type of things. But I don't think I even played Fire Red or Leaf Green. That's how bad it was. Again, I'm okay. Everyone has those days. I mean, they do, even in a normal circumstance. It just was, it was the first time I didn't do exercise, didn't do sweeping, nothing. I watched some YouTube, which I mentioned, the above there, but that was about it. But you know what? Hopefully tomorrow will just be a better day for that. Well, guys, we're at the end of Life Monthly 6. Quite a bit has happened. I read 2 books, The Jungle Book and Oliver Twist. We started reading another one with The Outsiders. We played plenty of games, including Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. And, okay, those were the main ones that I played. Really, there wasn't very much others. The weight, again, I'm in the 120, 119 area. So that is pretty good as well. I started, talking about selling on eBay. Will that come to fruition in about, next month? I have no idea. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel and like what you see, please subscribe. It helps this channel a lot. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you'll know when new videos are coming out. And I'll see you guys in my next video.